God wants to tell you you're not alone. We have an outbreak of heartbreak. This is what God told me 2 years ago. So we shifted gears, and I had to go through it myself. And that's literally what happened. A couple of years ago, I woke up one morning, I was at the end of my rope completely. And even though I had been doing ministry and I had been doing great work for the Lord, there were things that happened in my life at that time and in my marriage and in my health that just the combination of many things just took me into a tailspin of, I don't want to do this anymore. I've given my life to God and I just can't do this anymore. And I woke up in the morning and I was just laying there praying and saying, please, Lord, just take me home. Maybe I've done everything I need to do. Maybe I've done enough for you. And this is kind of where my thought was. I thought, well, I've touched so many people's lives and I've done so many things for you, Lord. And, I have all these spiritual sons and daughters, and I thought I was going to live a longer life, but, maybe you're just done with me because I literally cannot do this anymore. I can't live brokenhearted and invisible and disregarded and betrayed and all the things that in that moment, were very real to me. Very much I was feeling these things. I was completely heartbroken. And that day when I was praying, I said, Lord, I said, I need a sign from you because I just can't. I can't go on anymore. I knew that I had hit my end of what I could handle anymore. And so that night, the Lord said, go to the house of prayer. And that's what I did. I went to the house of prayer and the Lord met me there. And I had this incredible vision. It was an open-eyed vision. It was really something. And as I had my head over on my lap and I was just kind of crying out to God and I was praying, I went into this full vision and I saw Jesus. The first thing that I saw was that I had taken it was like I was watching myself, and I had taken my arms and I had literally ripped my heart out of my chest. And I was so angry with God. I said, how could you allow this to happen to me? Of all people, all I've done is do your will for 14 years. How can you allow this to happen to me? And I ripped my heart out of my chest and I threw it on the ground, and I looked down at my heart and it was cracked in two. And at that very same time, I noticed that there were Jesus's feet right next to my heart. And so I saw him from the bottom up, and I looked up. And when I looked up, I could see his head was tilted down, and he had these massive tears that were crying into my broken heart on the floor. And in that very moment was the beginning of me getting to the end of myself, but finding the king, the gentleman king. This is how God showed up for me in that moment and for months afterwards. And he met me in this brokenhearted place. And he also gave me a new assignment. He said, I want you to speak to as many ministers and pastors that will listen to you, and I want you to tell them there's an outbreak of heartbreak, and I want it dealt with at the pulpit. So I went on my journey, and in the meantime, me and the Lord, every single day, he walked me through an incredible journey where he laid out the most profound walk, a journey, a pilgrimage that he and I went on. And he said, thousands of women are going to be healed with your story. And so since then, I've been writing a book. And just a few weeks ago, I got the green light to start this channel, to begin to show you all the things that I learned so that I can impart some great wisdom. And most importantly, so that you will know you are loved by God, and he's calling you by name, no matter what it looks like, no matter how hard it is. He has a plan and a purpose for you, and that's why I'm here. I just pray that you'll continue to come back week to week, I will have myself and Derek Martin and other wonderful, incredible guests that are people and women that have overcome and survived tremendous things and come out on the other side. And we're just going to be here to encourage all of you that are brokenhearted that this is only the beginning. God has a new story for your life.